Since this year is coming to an end, I thought I might as well talk about my favorite horror movie that I really enjoyed this year. I have many favorite horror movies, but my favorite from this year might shock a lot of you guys, might not, but let's just get into it. Weapons. Directed by Zach Kreger, the one who made Barbarian and The Whitest Kids You Know. I haven't seen the show, but I've seen Barbarian, and I loved it. I thought Barbarian was a classic. I wasn't originally going to see Weapons. I saw the first trailer, and for the first time, it actually scared me. Like, not many horror movie trailers scare me, but Weapons, it scared me. The marketing, the way it was made, whoever edited the trailer deserves a raise, because it did not spoil anything too much about the movie, which I really appreciate. And I saw it on its opening day, and I gotta say, I really loved this. There's so much to talk about and so much to unpack about this movie. Let's talk about the characters. When I first saw the trailer, I thought that the movie was just gonna focus on the third grade teacher, Mrs. Gandy, Justine Gandy. But no, it focuses on different kinds of characters. It focuses on the teacher, a dad, a cop, a druggie, a school principal, and the one kid that didn't go missing. So let's get into the story first. The movie is basically about 17 kids go missing at 2:17 a.m. except for one kid, Alex Lilly. He doesn't go missing. He's the one who only stays back. And there are a lot of people in Maybrook town who are wondering what the hell's going on. They blame Justine Gandy, the third grade teacher, for it because she had the only classroom that went missing. The other classrooms did not go missing. Some dad, who's played by Josh Brolin, who played Thanos, played Archer. Archer blames Justine. Archer and Justine have a lot of beef most of the movie. So Archer's like, she has something to do with it. Why only her classroom? Oh, I hate her. And then a lot of characters get introduced, like a cop named Paul, who Justine hooks up with a couple times. There's a lot of hogwash between the two characters, but I'm not gonna lie, some of the characters in the movie, you expect that you're supposed to care for them, but no. You're supposed to hate a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people didn't like Justine, a lot of people don't like Paul. I don't like Paul. Basically, Paul cheats on his wife, and he's not a good cop.
We're not happening right now.
As for the school principal, Marcus, he's pretty much the only innocent character along with Alex Lilly. He's like only the only innocent person who didn't deserve any of this.
How's Alex? Is he?
Alex is doing well. He's in Mrs. Bill's class, and we've been advised that the best thing that we can do for him is keep him on a routine. Keep his life as normal as possible. I know all of this comes from the fact that you care. I know that you aren't a threat to these kids, but you have to realize you aren't a parent, you're a teacher.
But let's get into the reason why this is my favorite horror movie of the year. My favorite thing about it is the camera shots. There are a lot of good camera shots that I'm going to play right here. Also, this movie did something that I would never expected this movie to do. It showed a lot of scenes from different angles. Like, a lot of characters came in, but different perspectives. Like, you'd see the same scene come again, but from a different character's point of view. That was by far my favorite thing about the movie. The camera shots and the different point of views. I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so Weapons basically like has a bunch of characters trying to solve the mystery. There's one character though. He's a druggie, like a drug dealer. His name is James. He's the only one who discovers where the missing kids are. They're in the basement of the one kid that didn't go missing, and he tries to like make a police report saying where they are, and he's just like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them, I don't know, look like a bunch of them. They're all standing in the basement of this house, just like standing there. I really don't want to come in, so could someone come meet me somewhere with the cash? Because like, I really don't like police stations. You know, they just kind of freak me out. I'm full.
You would not expect a druggie to find the missing kids. You'd expect a cop or like a person from the town, not anyone like him. I thought that was pretty creative. Spoiler alert, the main antagonist of the movie is a witch, a parasitic witch, pretty much. I'm not gonna lie with you guys, I therefore read the script, or the script got leaked, and I saw that the main antagonist was supposed to be a witch. I was a little disappointed at first, but how it came into play in the movie form was my favorite thing. The witch, her name is Gladys. She's by far the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, no, it's not serious. Nothing terminal. It's just a touch of consumption.
A touch of consumption? I'm embarrassed to say, I guess I don't really know what that means. I thought it was something settlers got on the Oregon Trail.
Gladys basically feeds off people's youth. That's why she has all the missing kids, to feed on their youth, to make her younger. She's sick, she's ill. She needs Alex to get their name tag so she can be young. Because originally, Alex's parents were held captive in a little trance by Gladys. She's like feeding on their youth, but it's not enough. So she needs Alex to get the missing kid, his classmates, so he can feed on their youth. Alex is by far the most smartest main character I've ever seen in the movie. Not only does he use Gladys's magic against her at the end, but he's also not an idiot. Because if there's any other character in a horror movie, you would expect them to go tell someone. Because the main priority for Gladys is don't tell anyone or else I'll hurt your parents or I'll make them hurt each other. He doesn't do that. He stays strong the entire time. He doesn't crack until the very end. I think that was very smart and a very wise decision. The cop, Paul, from the movie, I do not like him, and there's many reasons why. For one reason, he cheats on his wife.
We're not happening right now.
And he, police brutality. Which I don't blame him for punching James. I mean, this guy had like a dirty needle inside of him, inside of his pocket, so I don't really blame him, but that you still don't do that. James, he's just a really funny guy.
But I can't do that until I get the, money to get the clothes so that I can do the job so that I can pay. There's like two wackos over there, and it's just like up. At a house not far in the basement. I don't want to be rude, but like, how do I know you aren't gonna try and like take that reward for yourself? What the fuck? I mean, the fuck out of here, God.
Sadly, him and the cop and the principal, Marcus, they all get taken by Justine. Not Justine. They all get taken by Gladys' spell, and they all die. I think the final showdown is something that I would make, like a little video I'd make with all the characters coming to attack them. That is something I looked at it. I'm like, that is something I would do. The showdown is, I think, a very curious way to show comedy and horror mixed together. The end is basically Gladys, her spell gets used against her. All the kids chase her and they tear her to bits. That was a very epic scene. Not only because of the camera shots, but the fact that it was made for comedies and then it dragged all of us back to the horror stuff. That was a neat thing to do. The movie ends with a voiceover kid saying, yeah, Alex's parents are getting fed soup somewhere else and all the kids are back. This movie is 2 hours long. It could have been a little longer than 2 hours. I think 3 hours. I think my main complaint about this movie is that they didn't give a main segment for Gladys the Witch. However, it is confirmed by Warner Brothers and the director, Zach Kreger, that there might be a prequel film about Gladys, so that is pretty cool. I know many people don't like that because they want her to be a mystery, but I want more information on her because she's such an interesting character with such little screen time. Yeah, Weapons is such a really interesting movie, and I think a lot of people don't like it. I think this movie, this is another thing that this is complaining about, but I think this movie was overhyped a little bit by the marketing. Still a strong movie, and I think I do recommend you see it. It's pretty cool. I've seen it 3 days in a row, but yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my final horror movie. Not my final horror movie, but like this is the final one for this year. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See ya.